I made myself a snowball, as perfect as could be. I thought I'd keep it as a pet and let it sleep with me. I made it some pyjamas and a pillow for its head. Then last night it ran away, but first it wet the bed. Ladies, gentlemen and variations thereupon, this is modern escapism. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Oodles and my New Year's resolution is to finally accept that destiny forbids me to rule in this lifetime. Joining me today, her New Year's resolution is to fully embrace God, forsake her earthly desires, and become one with the earth. It's Candy.
Feeling very zen today.
His New Year's resolution is to keep searching every bar of chocolate he can find for that golden ticket. It's Biggie. Sorry, everybody. And his New Year's resolution is to do less. Just sit back and let mankind bend to his whims and pleasures. It's Gadget.
Absolutely. Where do you think Elon Musk got the idea from?
Exactly. And his New Year's resolution is to eat one less cake per day and become Mr. Olympia. It's Stig, but he's not here at the moment. He says he might jump in. He says he might not. He's too busy.
He's very
too busy
important
for us. He's an important guy, and we don't mind. We don't mind. It's up to him. You know what I mean?
Worry a little bit.
But I mean, if we could suggest a New Year's resolution, maybe just be on time.
Yeah.
Set everything back 15 minutes.
Punctuality. How are you all? That was a weird episode last week.
It was, especially recording on a Monday. And we're doing it again this week. It doesn't feel right.
Is it Monday?
Yeah. I feel out of place.
Yeah, I'm still poorly, but my voice is back. So
That's an improvement.
No excuses this time. I've just me and that bed. We've had some times this past 2 weeks.
There's been the sweating, the crying.
The existentialism's the worst.
And that's just after sex. What happened for the rest of the week?
Mate, I do not have sex when I'm poorly. I don't know what you're on, mate. I don't have nothing.
Oh, Biggie's poorly. It just goes down to twice a day.
Yeah, I just cry. I just cry and wonder why I've got responsibilities. Because I've been poorly, but I've still been at work. I've still got to work every single day. And that's not helped at all. Most people take time off. I don't because I'm a fucking idiot and I'm scared.
Yeah, that's probably extended the illness.
Definitely. 100%. 100%.
I can't imagine hanging around a supermarket when you're full of cold and flu is going to be the best thing for your health.
Yeah, it's not. And then people are like, oh, you look bad. Like, yeah, no shit.
Oh, I hate it when people say that. So, oh, you look terrible. Thanks.
Oh, do you know what the one I've noticed this last few weeks? You're pale, Lur.
Oh, it's that on the end, isn't it?
Yes. I am actually dying. Yes. Oh, what was it? One of my colleagues said, "You look shorter when you're poorly." I'm like,
You look shorter.
What?
Not because I'm hunching around.
I was going to say, yeah, you're just cowering.
I sit down a lot more, and I'm like, yeah, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I've been doing a lot of admin this past few weeks. I can tell you that.
Readers dying in the back office.
Yes, admin, inverted commas. But are you guys well and truly back at work?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've had a whole week under my belt now.
Yeah, you feel like you never had any time off?
Yeah, just sick of it. Sick of working.
Well, them dickheads glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. Fuck off.
No.
Jump off a cliff, you
None of us are like
morons.
that in work.
Glad to be back.
If any of the people on my team unironically says, "Oh, glad to be back after Christmas," I'd fire them on the spot. I don't need that kind of negativity in my team.
Me too. I don't need them lies. I don't want people to lie to me like that. I want you to be honest and say, I hate being here.
I saw a meme for the first day of work, and it said something like a picture of some guy looking absolutely fed up at his keyboard. It said something like, fresh and rejuvenated hatred for their work.
Yeah.
the first day back.
It's that dreaded email inbox, isn't it?
Oh, aye. Yeah, mine was
Because
over 300.
I haven't had a lot of time off. I've had a good few days off for Christmas, but head office, they have all Christmas off. So then when you come back, when they're back, it's so poof, 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 just bombarding you with changes, this, that. I'm like, fuck off, I've been here this whole time. You could have given me this 2 weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? I could have done all this.
It's meetings for me that I get so many emails at the minute for like meetings for the first couple of weeks. Like, we need to set the strategy for the first quarter and got to do your performance evaluations for your team for the first quarter.
We're back for first day at New Year, and area manager's like, right, guys, we're going to get your yearly reviews done by the end of this month. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I've got to sit into spreadsheets now for a fucking solid 3 weeks. Fuck off.
Let's touch base.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be touching base next week when my review turns up.
Let's circle back.
Base. I'm going to circle jerk. Telling you now. But it just, dear listeners, it just proves that even someone such as Candy, who works in a artistic job, still hates it.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter. It's just work, isn't it?
Doesn't matter. Whatever you love, you don't love your work. I will not believe you, even if you pretend you do. You don't.
You see, I know that Candy works in an artistic job, but she works in the one where she's at the whim of customers. Candy's ideal job, aside from no job at all, would be to have her own studio where she has these like giant canvases, she paints something, and then every few weeks,
if somebody wants one,
a really nice man walks in, gives her 25 grand and walks out.
Perfect. That'll be it, sorted. Don't have to talk to anyone. Yeah, it gives me a little kiss on the bum.
Yeah.
Powders it up.
Do they do that now in the tattoo shop after every tattoo?
Occasionally, yeah.
No, they just sit there going, oh, I didn't realise it had hurt.
Oh, it's spicy there.
Fuck off.
Why have you done it upside down?
Right. Well, do you know what? Because I've, like I said, I've been in my little cocoon against the world for the past few days. All I need to know is what's happened in the world. I really do. I need to know what's happened in the news, gaming, films, and everything in between. It's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
2 weeks into 2025. And
2
yes,
weeks.
3
It's flying by this year.
are already closing down. Yes, sadly. Toadman Interactive, RoboCraft 2 developer Free Jam, and Counterplay Games are also closing down. They did Godfall. Toadman were involved in Immortal Unchained, Hero Defense game, Bloodsports TV. They also supported Lord of the Rings Online and MechWarrior 5. Free Jam, doesn't say much about them. Also, cardboard survival game, Card Life. I don't know what that is all about.
Can't wait for that.
Well, two of them were more support series, but it was Counterplay that was the one that was interesting me. That's why I posted it, because, do you remember when the PS5 was coming out and everyone, all these people were saying Godfall's going to like bring Unreal to like the PlayStation 5?
It's Dark Souls.
Yeah, and
it was Dark Souls, but gods.
It was a load of shit.
I remember getting it on PS Plus, but not long after I got the PS5, and I beat it in like one sitting.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a long game, and it was
like that's shit.
They wanted it to have like a end game kind of thing where you grind out shit.
When you beat it, you're like, you can now become a different archetype and do the whole thing again. No, thanks. But it's shiny. Yeah, it don't work on me, that love.
But then again, it's also the point that 2 weeks in, 3 studios already down. It's like about 300 jobs in total already.
Yeah,
I fucking suck.
13 days.
Do you think there'll be a big name going this year?
Yep.
With the way things are going.
Yep. Absolutely, yep. It's sad, but it's not an industry I'd want to join at the moment. Don't know about you. Don't know about you guys.
I don't think we're going to get a huge name going. I think Ubisoft will get bought out.
Sounds like it, doesn't it? By Tencent.
Yeah.
More
on them later.
And I think Microsoft will probably make a couple of strategic acquisitions and probably shutter some smaller studios when they take stuff in-house.
Usually stuff like that, though, it doesn't mean people are losing jobs, though. They just move them to someone else, don't they? Which is fine.
sometimes some jobs go when there's like duplication of staff.
Yeah.
But usually like admin stuff like human resources and that.
Yeah, who needs them? Rubbish
Exactly.
job. Next.
Well, who needs this? Because Sony has debuted tech where players can see, shoot, and smell baddies in games like The Last of Us.
What tech are these? Eyes, nose, and fucking touch.
Footage of the future immersive entertainment concept was shared in a video and shows a giant cube players enter, similar to the multi-person virtual reality experiences that are already available. This isn't VR, though, as the cube is instead made of incredibly high-definition screens that present the game world around the player.
The gay world, did you say?
Game.
Oh,
Game world.
I was in then.
Looking to boost the immersion further, players are also delivered engaging audio and even scent and atmospherics with interactive PlayStation game content. Players in the video had imitation weapons and would shoot at the screens as clickers appeared, presumably getting a whiff of rotten fungus and other offences as they did so.
Nah.
I wonder what would be the stinkiest game.
Probably wrestling, depending on where the player lands on you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, Blighttown and Dark Souls, that would probably do it.
Is there a game? Is there a game where you go to like some kind of furry convention? It's got to fucking stink. That's got to stink.
What was that? The game dev tycoon.
There you go.
Being around developers, we smell
That one. That one.
I assume this is some kind of marketing stunt at CES.
Yeah.
Well, it says the technology is still years away and is also presumably incredibly expensive.
Well, yeah, but because they're in this giant booth thing, it's not going to work as something to sell to the public. There was that
No.
there was that GameSend thing that Candy posted last year, which is like at least that was just like a fucking not nebulizer, odorizer,
Humidifier.
Humidifier. That's it. That you sit on your table in front of
Neuralizer.
Do you know what? There's just some sensors you really don't need to use when you're gaming.
No, not at all. Not at
Literally just your hands and your eyes. That's all you need, in my opinion. And your ears. Sorry, I neglected the ears. Us being an oral podcast as well, an oral medium, I should have gone with ears first. Ears are more important. Thanks for subscribing. Next.
Well, the rumour mill continues as Gears of War and Hellblade 2 may also be heading towards the PlayStation. We've already had rumours of Halo Master Chief Halo Master Chief Collection and Microsoft Flight Simulator also apparently hitting the PS5 later this year.
I can't wait for Halo to jump on PS5. That's what I'm waiting for. I'll play through all of that.
It'll feel really weird being like playing Halo and having square, triangle, circle, X as your button.
Not to
prompt.
me, it's not because I've not owned Halo. I've always played it at other people's houses and really loved it.
I have it.
So to me, it's going to be just like, yes, finally, I've got my own Halo. I can take my time and look around without my mates going, come on.
I mean, the thing
Do you
is,
think it'll just be a complete port so they won't even bother tweaking it? So when the
They'll
button
tweak-
prompts
they'll
will say,
tweak-
press
they'll tweak
Y and B.
No, they'll
no,
tweak it. They'll
they'll
do it
tweak it.
properly.
Of course they will. I'm just having fun.
but you know,
It's not fun.
easy money for Microsoft because they're games that don't really need support. They already have the support there. They just need to make the connections in for the online.
They'll like I've never played Gears of War, but you guys really like it, so I could give that a try. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I'm
I've
definitely going to play
always
Microsoft Simulator, Flight Simulator. Not playing any Microsoft.
Well, Flight Sim, we
Achievement
know you
unlocked.
enjoy.
You've bought a studio.
You went for dinner with Steve Ballmer.
Yeah, it was shit. He made you pay.
Platinum, you shut down studios. Well done.
Meet the final
But yeah.
boss, Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. Yeah. I've played Flight Simulator and I know I love that. So, it's exciting because I've always said, just get rid of those barriers, man. Get rid of the barriers.
Oh, there's already the usual suspects kicking off online saying there's nothing sacred about the potential for Halo going to the PS5.
It's not fucking. It's not like. It's not nationalism. It's not. Do you know what I mean? You don't. It's not. No one's batting. Who cares? Like if you loved Halo, you lived and breathed Halo. That was your life. It was your personality, and you found out that millions of people now can enjoy something you love. Surely you should be buzzing off that.
Right.
Or is that just me? Is that me?
gatekeeping.
Is that me just being positive,
It's you
optimistic
being
about
positive.
it?
Stop being optimistic. It's disgusting. It's not a good look for you. Microsoft had already announced that like the new Doom game and Outer Worlds 2 are also going to PS5, which is good news for everybody because they'll be great games.
Of course it is. It's good news for everyone. It don't matter then, does it? And it's just, I think it's a good sign of the time. Like when Sega stopped making consoles, for instance, Sega didn't disappear.
No,
I think they're in their good years at the moment. They nearly did, but Sega are having a great time at the moment. You know what I mean? They're not having to focus about consoles. They're just focusing on art and their IPs and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm sure Microsoft are going to love that.
And if you have all the Sony gamers playing the collection, you'll have more and more people who'll join the chat of slagging off Halo 4.
No, but the thing is that in my head, if you're getting a lot of PlayStation users playing these games that they've never played before, if Xbox do decide to bring out another console, it's going to make them go, maybe I will get that. I really enjoyed my time with those.
Yeah. God, imagine if they put Game Pass on PlayStation.
Well, it's not working at the moment, is it? Their consoles aren't working, but you've got to try something. You've got to try.
They're making money hand over fist. It's the Game Pass subscription, which is what's making them so much money.
Yeah. You've got to try. You've got to try, and I think it's a positive step. I'm buzzing for it. I'd like to see Nintendo stop being so fucking tight-assed as well.
That's never going to happen. Never,
I know it's not, but it'd be nice.
In the world is that going to happen?
It'd be nice. They're the tightest ass fucking.
They never put their games on sale.
Yeah, that's true.
So
they're
many
going to be the
Switch
last.
sales.
They're going to be the last on their own. Just some.
So many
pioneers
sales
on their own.
So many sales on the eShop, and it's hardly ever Nintendo. Oh, I can get £4 off Breath of the Wild.
What do I keep seeing? Also, BioShock collection for £4. I'm like, that's been that since it launched on Switch. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, they'll be the last. But I think this is great news. And if you're one of those people that go, fuck off. Just fuck off. I'm bored. I'm bored of you. I think it's lovely. I'm excited.
It'll probably go for what, £40 or something?
Mate, for all those games, worth it.
Yeah, I reckon it'll go for that.
I'm definitely picking Halo up. Definitely. Next.
NVIDIA is bringing a native GeForce Now app to the Steam Deck.
Meow.
Sorry, say it again.
Did you say meow or now?
Meow. App.
This is the beginning of Super Troopers.
Apparently, it's already quite straightforward to get NVIDIA's cloud gaming service set up on the Steam Deck, but a native app will make it a lot easier for everyone that wants to.
That's badass.
Yeah, that's good. I like that people want to put more apps on the Steam Deck to allow for more options. Like,
It's been a success, hasn't it? The old Steam Deck. It's been a success.
It's not done badly.
Yeah,
It has made Valve a fair bit of money.
Yeah, it's been really good, really nice success.
And what's that? GeForce Now, is that like another subscription service? What do they offer?
It's a cloud.
It's really good.
Cloud gaming platform. Allows you to stream. It's kind of like it's what xCloud wants to be, like GeForce Now started.
I've got GeForce Now on my Mac.
Yeah,
it works. It just works. It just works.
So Bethesda didn't make it.
No,
no, it
definitely works.
Yeah, it's kind of what xCloud from Microsoft's promising to be, but xCloud still needs a little bit more time in the oven. GeForce Now was GeForce. I think they bought up the remnants of. Do you remember OnLive, which was the first?
It was OnLive. Yeah,
the first streaming provider.
You used to see it on back of PC game boxes sometimes, saying like, "Try this on OnLive."
Yeah. So it's just that. So it's had about 10, 12 years to cook. So it's doing well.
I tell you what it does as well, GeForce Now. It's not as quick as some of them to boot your game up, but I feel like it's doing some back end stuff while it's loading a little bit.
Yeah, because it's never been quite as quick as say like what Stadia was, but
no.
But the GeForce Now subscription gets you some fucking games.
Yeah, and it's a solid. There's no like glitching and stuff because I think that it takes that little bit longer. It's smooth. I don't know the technology, but it's doing some magic. And even though people don't realise it does help having a decent machine to actually stream it on. Like on my Mac, it's fine. There's no, you know what I mean? It knows how to separate that. But if you had a really shitty thing, you'd still have a really shitty device that you're playing it on.
Yeah,
there is limitations, mainly internet based, obviously.
Yeah, but most of it basically connects to like Steam, Epic Games, EA, and that. and it lets you play the games you own already.
It's
streaming.
good. It's good. I recommend it. Cool. Next.
Assassin's Creed Shadows has been delayed again. This time
never
by
coming
another month. The strategic update says it was due out on February the 14th, but it's now launching on March the 20th instead. As mentioned, it's the second delay after initial release date of November the 12th last year.
What else is
As part
coming
of
out in
renewed
February?
focus-
Why have they changed it?
Actually, I don't think it's a big month, if I remember.
I think
There's,
so. I reckon it is. I
Was
reckon
it
Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
Civ
and
7, Avowed, Kingdom Come Deliverance. So there's
That's a few.
some kind of big RPG-ish games.
The game's finished. They're just bringing it out on about a month.
Monster Hunter Wilds, Rogue Waters, Avowed.
The game's finished. The game's finished, lads. It's finished.
Legend
Wasn't
of
there
Heroes.
some big drama about the actual release date as well? Didn't?
Well, I'm coming to that. So the game has already had some controversy about some imagery in the game, as we have mentioned on the news before.
Torii Gates.
But unfortunately, the new date, March the 20th, is a date that marks the 30th anniversary of the Tokyo subway sarin attack.
Fuck's sake!
Japan's deadliest modern terrorist
It's
incident.
unreal, isn't it? These fucking guys.
So, for a game
tried to piss
purportedly
Japan off.
steeped in Japanese history, decisions left many questioning
These guys.
Ubisoft's sincerity and sensitivity. The article goes on to mention it's a glaring misstep in a development cycle already riddled with accusations of disrespect and historical accuracy. And Shadows is a game in which you play as a large black man hacking, slashing, and bludgeoning his way through scores of Japanese people.
I mean, that's reductive. It was a real person.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just-
Even so, I'd have the slightest bit of sympathy for them if it wasn't for the Torii Gate issue. But you would think, right?
yeah.
They're like, now, lads, we really need to make sure this.
Does anything happen on this day?
Yeah,
No,
check
no,
every
promise
day.
you. No, it's a normal day. It's just a normal Monday.
They're like,
Oh,
when
look.
did Hiroshima happen? Let's release it around then.
Yeah, the game will blow up then.
Great.
Yeah. Fuck. But you see, it makes you laugh because when you load up Ubisoft games, they always say made by a multicultural team of faiths and sexualities. We
Of
take
racists.
this very, we take this very seriously, and then this is historically accurate. Yeah, but you haven't done your fucking research.
Yeah.
Just fucking god,
You can be gay and be thick at the same time, apparently.
like I say to all our listeners, buy Ubisoft games a few months after. They don't deserve your full money. They don't deserve it.
On its new release date, Oodles. I mean, it's not going to get your money because on March 20th, Xenoblade Chronicles X comes out.
Yeah, no fucking chance. Not a prayer, mate. A game that I have played that I will buy again. Because I'm an idiot.
And they're not going to get Candy's money because on the 27th of March, Atomfall comes out.
Mm-hmm. That game already has my soul and my heart
And your money.
and my money. I tried to give them more, but I tried to give them more money. They sent it back.
I think I counterpick that. I want that
I think
Atomfall to fail.
some bastard did. No, hang on. I didn't get Atomfall. Yes, I did get Atomfall. Yeah,
I think it was me. I want it to fail.
No.
I watched that gameplay video and I was going, oh. So,
It looks fantastic.
A game based in Britain and you want it to fail.
fuck Britain. Fuck it.
Britain.
I'm done with this
Look at the
place.
taste. Yeah, but Britain in the 70s, it was all right back then.
Yeah, it was even worse. than it is
80s
now.
80s was a bit worse.
Ugh, God. Yeah. Next.
Nintendo of Europe has made an announcement. You can now,
Have
well, shortly you will be able to build the classic Game Boy Nintendo system in Lego form. Coming out in October.
That's a good idea.
Go well with my NES.
There's also one submitted, I don't know if you know this, but you can submit any suggestion to Lego and then they will obviously consider it and make a decision.
I suggest they give
Sony
me some of their money.
PlayStation 2 is on the verge of potentially being approved as well. And somebody shared some concept art for it. It looks amazing.
I'm
That'd
sure
be cool,
I'm sure all the consoles will. That's the perfect clash of nerdery, isn't it? I'd love some
It
Lego.
is.
No one's ever bought me Lego, and I love building things. Any listeners got any Legos? Send them my way. I love you.
Send the Legos. She'll send you pics back. You send her Lego.
Yeah, can
There
be my
you
feet
go.
and all.
Oh, stud and Lego. Oh no. That's not-
No.
And she'll be sending brick pics back.
Womp womp.
Next.
Well, this is a weird one. Tencent has been designated as a Chinese military company by the US.
Well, maybe that must mean they are. Then it must be true. Whatever they say goes.
I think
I
this
can't
is.
wait till we're designated as a Chinese military company.
Don't even say it because we'll be ad. It seems it's all following on from this TikTok
Yeah.
shenanigans. isn't it?
Anything Chinese is evil. That's what
Pretty
they're
much.
saying.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I mean, not to get political, but all the things in Trump's gift shop are all made in China.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Even
is
the
Trump?
MAGA hats.
Is Trump an enemy? Is he a Chinese spy? Maybe he is.
The Antichrist.
Maybe he is. Maybe he did say he wanted to save TikTok though, so maybe he is. Maybe Trump is Chinese. China.
Well,
China.
a Tencent spokesperson tried to smooth it over and commented that the listing was based on a misunderstanding. Although the chairman...
We're not even Chinese.
Ma Huateng and the executive board have now said that they're prepared to get legal if the misunderstanding isn't resolved.
They're prepared to send the missiles if it doesn't get resolved.
Missiles are actually just loot boxes.
No, we're not triads. We promise. We're not part of the triads. Put your sword down.
It's notable
Kenji.
that
Put
the
it
American
down.
that the American government does this a lot when they don't understand companies. Like the other one that they did at
Huawei.
this was they did it with Huawei because it was Chinese-owned communication providers, so you can't buy Huawei
5G
phone.
gave us all COVID.
Well, if you buy Huawei phones now, you can't have Google Play on them.
You
Because
can't have Google on it.
Yeah,
No.
you can't have Google on it.
No.
So, but yeah, in this thing as well, they also set a battery maker as a military contractor. It's like,
Well,
make fucking batteries, mate.
yeah. For missiles.
Oh yeah, those EV
And
missiles.
calculators.
but the lithium ion missiles. Well, when they hit you on the head, they just go, you bastard. Don't even blow up.
Because they ran out of charge on the flight, so there's no electricity left.
Just been missiled in fucking head.
Anyone got a cable?
Yeah, USB-C, please.
No,
it's
it's
micro USB.
it's micro USB.
We're fucked. No one's got one anymore.
Takes ages to charge.
Okay, now, yeah, let's just put it out there now. I don't think Tencent are a military company.
I don't think Tencent are a good company, but I don't think they're a military company.
I don't think they're trying to recruit American kids via the medium of computer games.
No, they're just trying to take all their money.
Yeah, which is capitalism. They're doing capitalism better than the capitalists. Love that. You love to see that. You love to see it. That's why they don't like TikTok as well, isn't it? Because they did capitalism a lot better than the capitalist legends that is America.
No, I think it was more that it gave a voice to the underclass.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't let the proletariat have this. Although all the
That's true.
people on American TikTok have gone to another one, Red Note or something like that, which is basically the same app, also owned by a Chinese company.
Oh, God.
How long now? When's the deadline? It's only a few days, isn't it?
12th, innit? Oh, 19th. 19th.
Yeah. Day before Trump.
Might be quite nice.
Yeah.
Does that mean in the US, if the military over there, or the government, sorry, if they're hungry, and there's someone says, do you fancy Chinese? They're like, no, we can't have that.
Can't have that. It's military food.
Do you know what I mean? It's insane, isn't it?
It's military food. Yeah. What are they going to do about all the Chinatowns in like New York and San Francisco? Can't go there. It's done.
Nope.
Military.
Military town. That's what they're going to call it. Fucking what a weird company. That country is cooked. Next.
Well, sticking with Tencent over in the world of film and TV, Arcane's story continues in the 5-minute League of Legends animated cinematic. Arcane fans have a 5-minute treat to enjoy in the shape of a new story that was released by the makers, League of Legends maker Riot Games. The video is primarily designed to showcase Noxus, the setting for the League of Legends new season, which begins this week, and the home of prominent character Mel Medada. But the video is simultaneously also a continuation of Mel's story from Arcane itself. So I guess Candy knows all about that.
Yeah, it was a nice little cinema. I think there was a bit of confusion actually, though, in the sort of Arcane fandom A lot of people.
You mean
thought,
you mean the military fandom?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The troops.
They thought it was a trailer for the next
The
season.
propaganda.
Exactly. Rather than a cinematic for the next season of League of
That's a
Legends.
shame, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, something's not going to come out quite so soon, is it, for the new Arcane? But it's nice to have something. It's nice that because I don't think Mel was actually in League of Legends before. I think she was specifically in Arcane. I could be wrong.
She was specifically in Arcane, then came to League of Legends afterwards.
Okay, yeah.
The studio who made the show released some test footage. They got them the gig with Netflix, and it was a fight between Vi and Jace as their character designs from the game.
Yeah.
And then they just made a story. Which has nothing to do with League of Legends lore.
Or very loosely based, isn't it? But yeah, I think it's a good thing that's going to start crossing over, because it will bring players to League of Legends. There was this. They were kicking off saying that it didn't bring enough players over. I think it did, didn't it? I think it brought a load of players.
Yeah,
over.
it did. Yeah.
But they only stayed as long as they got abused.
Yeah, Candy played it 54 hours. She's got clocked in now.
54 seconds, I think. I've opened the launcher. I opened the launcher and I chose my character.
I went, this is it. I've completed it.
I have won League of Legends. I am the legend.
I am the league and I'm the legend. That's cool, though. Next.
Next story might be a bit spoilery, so anyone that hasn't seen Alien Romulus, you're right for me to go ahead?
Yeah, we've all seen it.
Okay. Alien Romulus has fixed the controversial Ian Holmes CGI for the home release.
What? Ian Holmes in it?
It's so much better. So a big surprise that was awaiting audiences until I spoiled it, if you haven't seen it.
It's a bit late now. I've seen it.
Android character Rook, who was given the face of the late great Ian Holmes, with the estate's permission, who played a nefarious bot, Ash, in Scott's original Alien. The result on screen was somewhat uncanny, which became the subject of much discussion amongst fans. Even Alvarez wasn't quite convinced. He went on to say, "We just ran out of time in post-production to get it right. I wasn't 100% happy with some of the shots where you could feel a bit more of the CG intervention. So for people that reacted negatively, I don't blame them." Sometimes it works, and then other times it really sort of stands out.
We're always shite.
Do you know what?
I didn't mind it at times. It kind of worked, but
I think
thought
it looked
Uncanny
crap.
Valley was kind of what they were going for. I thought it was so shit that they kind of aimed for that. But I mean, it worked, didn't it? Like, he's a fucked up synth.
I mean, it worked to the point that you knew who it was supposed to look like. So it didn't fail in that aspect. But every time he popped up, and I kept having a little giggle to myself, like, this is fucking rough. Especially when the rest of the film looks amazing.
Yeah.
That's what makes it stand out more, because the rest of the film's art direction and cinematography is phenomenal. And
I genuinely thought it was a
that
bit
little
of a design
robot
choice.
guy. He looks crap.
but it is. If it isn't already, I think it's out this week on Disney. So
it's been remade.
I think they've just finished off the CGI that they weren't able to get done.
It'd be very, very interesting to see that. I might rewatch it. Knowing me, it's going to be one of them. Oh yeah, it looks way better, and it's not the changed version I've watched.
Had the right glasses on.
Looks so fucking much better. It looks so much better.
You're watching the cinematic release, Oodles.
Oh shit! You're watching Alien vs Predator.
I still don't know how I feel about dead actors appearing on screen. It does make me feel a bit weird when I see it.
Well, guess what we're going to do to you when you die? You're staying on this podcast.
He's already dead.
Biggie's entirely CGI.
Mm-hmm.
Just checking. No pulse.
You'd never had a pulse. Don't pretend you did.
I've got my finger on the pulse because Sony are announcing Horizon Zero Dawn and Helldivers movies and a Ghost of Tsushima anime series.
Wow.
I thought that. Did the TV show of Horizon got bricked?
That got canned. Yeah.
Well,
I keep saying it, but why are they trying to push Horizon Zero Dawn as a thing?
Because they've spent so much money on it.
Yeah.
I'm just not. The story is the least interesting thing about those games. I liked blowing dinosaurs up. I like putting armor on. I like a badass female protagonist. The story I couldn't give two fucks about. So why would I watch a film about watching someone do something that I liked doing?
Get excited about Helldivers movie when Helldivers the game is based on Starship Troopers.
Yeah. We've already got one.
Is a perfectly fine Helldivers movie.
Yep.
It's just, I get they could make something like it, be inspired.
I suppose, because they obviously own the IP of Helldivers. It's cheaper for them to just be like, rather than reboot Starship Troopers, this is the new Starship Troopers. It's just Helldivers, you know what I mean?
I think Ghost of Tsushima works as having an anime. That's the one that makes the most sense to me.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. We've got thousands of Ronin and Samurai animes, and they all work. There's a lot of time and place for them. Not arguing with that whatsoever. Makes sense. But fucking stop trying to make Horizon Zero Dawn a thing. Stop it. What else did Sucker Punch? Is it Sucker Punch that do that? It is, isn't it?
No, it's Gorilla who do Horizon.
Gorilla kills it. Oh shit! What kills it? No,
there it is.
Stay with Horizon. Stick with
At
Horizon.
least they're not pushing kills, I know, are they?
Yeah, every time they're always trying to make something shit a thing.
I mean,
the only thing, the Decimer engine is the best
Stranding.
thing. Yeah, the Decimer engine's amazing. Just continue to make new worlds rather than new IPs, new engines. Fuck me, they can't cut a break, them fuckers, can they? They're just slagging them off left, right, and centre, poor buggers. And people, I bet Horizon Zero Dawn's someone's favourite game of all time, and I'm just there slagging it off. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I think it had potential, didn't it? And then the second game
It's the story on the second one. It just fucked me off so much.
And Aloy's shit as well. She's just shit. I'm sorry, she's shit. I can say it. She's shit.
Didn't it end on a cliffhanger as well? So you've definitely got a third one coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
I still don't
Aliens, guys. Is aliens.
Sort of.
Kind of. Guys, fuck. Stupid. Next.
Game of Thrones actor Rory McCann is replacing the late Ray Stevenson for Ahsoka Season 2. He was best known for playing the Burly Brute the Hound in the HBO's Game of Thrones.
No,
And Yarp.
He's best known as playing Yarp.
Yeah.
That's what he's best.
Yarp.
That's his breakout role.
Summerfield's best trolley boy.
Yeah.
Yarp.
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen the show, but I did like Ray Stevenson. I liked a few of the things that he was in.
Yeah, he was good in The Other Guys.
Yes, he was.
He's like, there's nothing I love more than Kylie Minogue. I like Ray Stevenson. He was good. He was an imposing, intimidating man.
Speaking of which,
so
Rory McCann, I haven't seen much of him since Game of Thrones. Has he actually been?
He's probably been living off that money.
He's done a few films. He's done a few like BBC or ITV kind of things. He's just bumbling about, doing his own thing. He's enjoying life.
A lot of people that were in Game of Thrones like the regular cast, they've all just been enjoying the money, I reckon.
Yeah,
Well, apart from those that are in the rig.
Yeah,
yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah, I think Rory McCann's also done a lot of voice work recently.
Yeah, I like it when you see that half of Game of Thrones cast, they're all DJs now in nightclubs. It's so weird.
That's Hodor, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a fucking like techno DJ.
Yeah,
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Rory McCann, his most recent stuff, he's the voice of Megatron in Transformers Earthspark.
Everyone loved that one.
Gladiator 2, he's in 3 episodes of Knuckles. He did a few episodes of Legend of Vox Machina with a voice.
There you go.
He's doing steady then. Steady work.
He was in Triple X Return of Xander Cage.
I love that film.
It's a good film. It's a good film. Great soundtrack. Cool. Next.
Wow, that's a nice segue into the next one because Robbie Williams' biopic has tanked 100. That would have been quite a good result. 1 million box office debut despite glowing reviews.
Ouch. Poor bugger. I hope he didn't invest too much into it.
110 million. That's how much. What the budget for the film was.
Is this the monkey one? Is this
Yeah.
The monkey one. Yeah.
Wow.
Why did they release it at stupid times? No one's going to cinema this time of year.
Loads of people go to the cinema in the winter.
Do they? Who? Apart from Stig.
It's fucking miserable outside. Cinemas are nice and warm. You get coffee or beer in there.
Boxing Day, like Boxing Day cinema.
House is even warmer. Is it?
Yeah, Boxing Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Lots of families go to the cinema.
I think the problem with this is they massively overestimated Robbie Williams' popularity around the world.
Yeah.
Like,
They massively overrated his popularity here.
Well, no, but at least people over here know who he is. Whether they like his music or not's another thing. But, they know who he is. Like,
Well,
he never
it made
broke out.
$1.9 million US dollars in the UK.
Yeah. So, like,
Not enough people watched it then.
so, like, Take That had one big single in America, and it was one after he'd left. He never broke America, so he never became a star over there. He's a star in, like, this country and, like, Australia and bits of Asia.
Probably Germany.
And now they think he's a famous chimpanzee from the UK.
Why is he a chimp in that?
Yeah, I don't know. They said something along the lines of, like, they were trying to... Everyone's done biopics to death, so he wanted to do something different to make it stand out. The other thing could be just don't do a biopic, just do another fucking tour. You'd make more money.
I think that's probably where most of the budget has gone, surely. Like, it could have been much
CGI.
cheaper if he wasn't a monkey.
Well, yeah, I was reading some article about some industry analysts said, like, it's a ridiculous concept to have a film, like a biopic for a film for someone who's not a worldwide legend to be 110 million. Like, if it had been 20, 30 million, you could have put a bit more into promotion and maybe make it an indie darling.
But you understand, like, with Bohemian Rhapsody or something like that, don't you?
Yeah, one of the best loved bands worldwide.
Oh, like this year we're getting 4 different Beatles biopics from different perspectives.
That's right.
And the Bob Dylan
From
one.
different... And the Bob Dylan. These all make sense.
But even then,
So if the other members
superstars.
of Take That do biopics, what animals do you think they'll be?
I think they're all monkeys.
I don't even know the.
can't
I
wait for
don't
the
know the
fucking
names.
Jason Orange one.
He's going to be an orange.
Sloth.
Orangutan.
Sloth.
I know that Gary Barlow's just Gary Barlow. I don't know any of the others. I don't know him that well.
Well, Gary
Mark
Barlow will be...
Owen Mark Owen's a monkey as well, surely. Looks like a
He'd be
little monkey.
Well,
Gary Barlow would be like a koala or something.
Well, surely they're all in this film.
They are.
Are they different animals?
No, they're actual people.
Can we get that confirmed? Is one of them a rhino?
Gary Barlow would be a sloth.
I'm actually now
Gary
curious.
Barlow.
I'm curious to see who played who in it, actually.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm like, what's cracking? I bet Stig's seen it. I bet fucking...
Jared Leto played all 4 other band members.
Stig's seen it.
Of course,
By all accounts, it's a decent film.
I'm not slagging the film off. It's just...
Jesse Hyde plays Mark Owen. Who I don't know who he is.
No, brilliant.
The Gallagher brothers are in it. Chris Gunn plays Noel Gallagher.
What are they in it for? They were never in Take That.
Oh no, because he had a fucking right to do with the Gallagher brothers.
For fuck's sake. I hope E17 are in it and he runs over himself after that jacket potato incident. I hope they're in it.
Oh, Professor Brian Cox should do one about D. Ream.
Now we're talking. He was only in D-Ream for like half an album.
Doesn't matter.
He didn't even tour with him. He didn't even tour with him.
You can still make a biopic.
Yeah, it's true.
Jake Simmons plays Gary Barlow. I have no idea who he is.
It's definitely not his son because they won't fit him on screen.
He's one of those terminally British actors. He's done an episode of Call the Midwife. He's been done an episode of Doctors. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds shite, mate.
Yeah, I have no interest in the film. By all accounts, it's well done.
I'm more interested in the Bob Dylan and the Beatles one and these legends.
When it hits streaming services, I might watch it. But
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it because it's got a monkey in it. That's all I'm watching it for, the monkey. I want to see the monkey singing Rock DJ.
Do you know what? I bet if they'd released it on streaming like the day after or the Christmas Eve or something, it would have done much better.
Sold.
Yeah.
I want to see the monkey singing something stupid with what did he sing that with? The actress
Kylie Minogue. He did kids with. No, he didn't. No, he did something stupid. Something stupid with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, I want to see a monkey and Nicole Kidman singing. That's what I want to see. Oh, fuck me. What a stupid fucking country we live in. Next.
Well, sticking with the world of music, the price of resale tickets is to be capped under plans to tackle touts.
Good.
The government has announced the plans to cap the price of resale tickets.
I don't believe it.
Clamp down on the touts who buy bulk tickets and then resell them for huge.
Who's going to stop a reseller at going to a pub and asking for cash?
Not to mention the touts are in fact Ticketmaster themselves.
Yeah, they're the biggest tout.
Yeah.
Are you Ticketmaster? No, mate. I'm master of tickets.
Yeah. I'm his brother.
Master.
Fucking joke, man. Don't believe it. Fuck 'em.
But it should be
Well,
capped. I
Monsieur
should the
of
price
Billet.
of regular tickets.
Mate,
'Cause that's
tickets should be capped at
ridiculous.
100 quid. 100 quid should be dearest you should ever have to pay for a ticket,
Yeah.
ever, for
Well,
anyone.
If you, I mean, they need to stop the dynamic pricing because that's ridiculous. But if for whatever reason you can't go to a gig and you need to get rid of your ticket, you should be able to
Full refund.
either get a full refund or be able to sell it plus like 5% for postage or something like that.
No, I just think it should be just automatically a full refund. And that ticket number gets wiped and someone else gets another ticket number. That's how it should be. And £100 should be the maximum price for any ticket for any band ever.
Well, I think that like the cheapest Linkin Park tickets are well over 100 quid. They're playing Wembley, so if that's like for the nosebleeds. That's
Yeah.
like
I'm saying.
phenomenal amount of money. You aren't going to see.
Remember back in
fuck
day,
all.
Candy, when you could go to fucking Monsters of Rock or download for 100 quid for a
Yeah, I
weekend?
know. Download was 100 quid, 3 days. 5 days if you got there early, like most people did.
Yeah. And you saw every band you could ever possibly imagine.
Ozfest was like 60 quid for the day.
Yeah, yeah. It was fucking
But even
insane.
there just doesn't seem to be that many. Like, there's small gigs, but the middle gigs, like the O2 Academies and stuff, they seem to be dying on their ass. Because
Yeah,
it's like,
they're
it's
not
too
working, are they?
expensive for those sides. It's too expensive for those size bands to tour over here because of, the various laws that have come in since leaving the EU. And the academies are just going to go eventually. You're only either going to have these massive, huge gigs or the really tiny pub gigs, and that's it.
Do you want to know how?
Yeah,
Do you want to know how much it is for 5 nights general camping adult tickets for download this year?
no.
£345 each for an adult ticket.
Fucking hell, each.
£172.50 for a child.
And no one wants to sleep in general camping. Fucking hell.
General's minging.
Oh, I did it when I was like 17, 18. It was
Yeah,
bad
so
even
did I. I've
then.
never done it since.
What's the preferred one? There's eco camping, camper van,
VIP.
quiet.
What, I used to go in RIP, which is like the quiet camp.
Quiet
Yeah.
camp. Okay, let's have a look at what quiet camping costs.
No.
Same price, $345.
Oh,
That's all right then.
Old people camping. I'm glad we're not taxed on being old.
Yeah, that's nice. It's just I just when I recall like going to smaller gigs, like I saw Cradle of Filth and Typo Negative at same venue for 18 quid. And I reckon that gig now, obviously can't be Typo Negative, but Cradle of Filth and someone of that caliber, it'd be 80 quid.
I
think Cradle of Filth would be 60.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what venues they're playing.
You don't know anymore, do you?
They got that single with old Ed Sheeran coming out, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got Ed Sheeran's song coming soon.
Yeah,
There
so
you
that'll
go.
bump the price.
Yeah. All the Swifties will be like, I love Cradle of Filth. I've always loved them. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You don't know what coffin fodder is.
Apparently, you can pay a download to have them pitch a tent for you as well. For an extra,
We did that one year.
for an extra
years ago.
£250 for a tent to be put up
No,
for you.
no.
Fucking hell.
We did it years ago, saying that we had someone disabled with us. We lied, and they pitched it for us. It didn't cost any extra.
Nice.
Back in the day when it was all right to lie about things like that.
Different times.
Different times. But yeah, that's yeah. Ticketmaster enemy. Next.
Over to the weird world web, and boy, have I got a buffet of a smorgasbord of news for you.
Oh,
Strap in. Are you ready?
Buckled.
I don't know now.
Plate of peeled bananas appears on the same street every month, and no one knows why.
That's
An
Robbie Williams
ordinary
again.
street
It's Robbie
in
Williams. Gotta be.
Nottinghamshire is at the centre of a fruit-based mystery.
Is he from
which
Nottingham
some-
as well?
No, Stoke.
which some are begging to come to an end. Residents of Abbey Road and Windsor Avenue in Beston have been puzzled for more than a year as a plate of peeled bananas been left at the junction of their streets. The plate of peeled fruit is left in the exact same spot on the 2nd of every month. The confused locals are no closer to figuring out who is behind the strange phenomena and why.
A bored troll, that's who.
If you know it comes every first of every month, just put a camera there.
Yeah.
Get a GoPro.
It's become a good Google cultural landmark now, but it's a plate of bananas.
It's like Father Christmas. Father
But
Banana.
it's like you can
I love
tell
the
that,
fact
some families are like, I can't sleep knowing they're coming. The bananas.
I love this bit. This is in quote marks as well, the one word. Locals have described the phenomena as annoying.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like it. I don't like it. There's always people like, I don't like it.
One resident who didn't want to be named has said, I've heard it's some kind of cleansing ritual, but to be honest, it's just weird and it's freaking people out. I know at least one person who's informed the police about it.
I've told people,
Please
and
love that.
I know people from Shottingham, and they're terrible. They're terrible people. Absolutely terrible. So I can believe it. They're like fake northern people. They're like fake ones. And this probably frightens them on a night, these banana peels.
Although one person has come up with a resolution, which I think is quite fair. I think it's a special thing for someone, and I wish them well. But if they could come back and clean up the mess a few days later, that would be lovely.
It's a fucking plate of banana peels, man. Grow up. That's so weird.
It's really fucking weird.
It's so weird.
And Gadget kindly provided this one. Londoner bakes TikTok viral Claudia Winkleman cake.
I'm going to send you the pictures of this one because it's fucking hysterical.
It's haunting.
Is Claudia Winkleman the one with the bangs?
Yeah.
Yeah. An amateur baker from northwest London says lip reading has helped him create a caricature cake of Claudia Winkleman, which has gone viral on social media.
Holy fucking Christ.
It's haunting, isn't it?
It looks like the Hitcher from Mighty Boosh.
It does.
It's a sleep paralysis demon of a cake.
Oh. Fucking hell. Coming at me like a yellow cable.
Looking at my thumb, are you, boy?
You want to know I got my thumb, boy?
He used Tic
awful.
Tacs for the teeth.
That is awful. That is the worst thing I've seen this year. I've not
I
seen
used
much
to see
this year.
the King and the Queen, if you can find that one, Gadget.
It's further down the article. If you scroll down the article,
I don't want to click on that article. I don't like it. That is fucking frightening. That's like Tim Burton's Claudia Winkleman.
There's an episode title.
Yeah.
That's how it's done.
It's
Wow.
fucking wild, isn't it?
It's awful. It's awful. You could imagine that attached to a sandworm.
It's got about the same amount of teeth as a sandworm.
Sandwinkle.
Exactly. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, now. Blech.
Oh, fucking hell. It's so funny.
Next. Is that it? Is that it, Biggie,
That's
please?
it, my friend.
God, because that's fucking haunted me, that. That's more fever dreams. if you only listen to this podcast, don't. It's a visual medium as well sometimes.
It is.
Fucking hell. Right. What we've been doing this week. I'm going to start a little bit because I've not really been doing anything. I've not done anything.
Yeah, the biggie fortnight.
I want to talk a little bit more about my fever dreams that I've been having this past few weeks.
Oh, go on, review your fever dreams.
Yeah, because my fever dreams have been based on the things I've kind of watched over Christmas. I don't know about you guys that have seen Nosferatu, for instance, but I'm having a lot of dreams about a vampire beckoning me from the mountains of Carpathia.
Wouldn't mind that.
No, because he's horrible. I've had a lot of dreams about him. Like, it's scary, man. It's when I don't know if you've ever been poorly, like to the point where you're having fever dreams.
Yeah.
You can't. When you have fever dreams, you know you're having a fever dream. It's
and
such
they
a
last
weird
forever.
and they'll last forever. Imagine Count Orlok, like you guys who have seen Count Orlok chasing me.
When I've
horrible.
the one and only time I officially had the flu, I ended up whilst in bed going in and out of consciousness whilst watching the Hannibal TV series.
Oh,
This is
no.
what I was doing as well. I was watching stupid things that I shouldn't have been watching.
And that, you know how that goes a bit trippy sometimes with the visuals?
With the
that
mooses
did not
and
help
stuff.
at all.
No.
Yeah.
He couldn't have watched anything worse, to be honest.
No.
And that's what I want to bring up. I was watching this, and I don't know why I've decided to put it on. Terrifier.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You thinking of that clown?
That's That's what I'm bringing up. Terrifier. 1 and 2 I've watched now. Fuck me.
Bad, aren't they?
And they're terrible. But I kept...
They're not even
like-
candy
like-
bad.
Biggie put it into perfect perspective. I kept slipping in and out of consciousness. And when I'm conscious, I'm seeing this little clown, man. Fucking chasing
He's good as
someone
the
around a
clown.
shop. You what, sorry?
Forget that he's good as the clown, the actual actor portraying the clown. He's very good at, miming the evil expressions and stuff. He's
as
brilliant.
miming. The rest of the film's shite what I've seen.
They're
I didn't
bad,
see much
but
of it.
entertaining in a, oh my God, this is awful kind of way.
Yeah, and it got me to thinking like you've got your Count Orlok nowadays. You've got Terrifier, this Art the Clown, and Pennywise and stuff. I'm like, I felt like it's the actual scary dream monster. It's a dying breed, and it got me to thinking about it a lot. And I kept dreaming about like Freddy Krueger chasing me and stuff like that. But can you remember the last time something like that scared you?
I remember one fever dream I had, and it was when I was playing Wind Waker a lot, and I was proper ill. And
Weren't Mr. Tingle or whatever he's called?
no, I was sort of dreaming slightly awake that my bed was an island. I had 2 like waterfalls coming down.
Yes, this is the kind of dreams I've been having. Weird fucking shite. It's awful, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's kind of fun as well.
When I had swine
Yeah, to
flu,
look back.
when I had swine flu, I dreamt that I was having an argument with the duvet.
Yeah, this is
The
what I mean.
duvet, and neither of us, it ended in a draw. The duvet was saying I was too cold.
Stalemate.
I was telling the duvet I was too hot. Neither of us could agree.
Yeah, I definitely got into some of those like transcendental moments where I'm like, if I got up and changed the pillowcase, everything would change and I wouldn't be poorly anymore. And
How did you get swine flu?
When there was a swine flu pandemic in
there was a
2011.
pandemic. Loads of people got it.
I don't know a single person that got it.
Yeah, you do.
I worked in a call
Gadget.
centre. About
Well, I do
15 of
now.
us got it.
Yeah, I saw.
was
quite
off
a
Were you
few
on a
people.
farm?
I didn't catch it from a fucking pig, you dickhead.
Imagine a call centre for a farm.
Piggy's
You've
looking
got
guilty.
swine flu. What's going on with your brains? I have had to deal with bullshit from Pip all day, and I'm getting it from you. I can't be handling this. I'm stressed out.
We've done it.
But yeah, I'm reviewing my fever dreams and I give them all, like, for fear factor, I give them solid 10s out of 10s. They were very effective. Very, very, very effective. But yeah, sorry again, listeners, I've not done anything new since the new year because I've just been living this existential nightmare. It's been awful.
Going back to your point, similar to dreams, but that fever dreams kind of stuff, it's so weird what your brain does.
And
It's cooking itself.
I read into it. And it's to do with the fact that your brain's overheating,
Yeah,
and you just tripping. You're just tripping balls.
you've overclocked it.
like one at night, his fucking wife woke me up and said, "Will you shut up?" I'm like, "What?" She went, "You're singing like a prayer, Madonna."
You need to go off TikTok a bit, I think, then.
I don't know what. I have barely touched it. I was just like, what the fuck? And I'm not a talker or a snorer or anything. It's really affected me.
So
I don't recommend flu.
Was it a
What
good
can I help
version of
you?
Like a Prayer, though? I mean, were you nailing it?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I could barely speak, so no, I probably weren't nailing it. But yeah, it's frightening. Candy, what you've been doing? You've been having any fever dreams?
Well, as it just so happens, yes, I have, because I watched a film called I Saw the TV Glow.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you've heard anything about it. I certainly hadn't. I thought,
Yeah, Stig mentioned it.
well, I can't remember what Stig said about it, so I don't know if we're going to agree or not. We usually
I don't think he liked it, if I remember.
That's a relief. Because,
He thought it was going to be a horror film, and it wasn't.
well, actually, that's one of the points I had written down. Now, the trailer is very misleading, I think, in terms of what it is. So it's an A24 film. It stars Justice Smith, who you might know from The Quarry and various other things. Great young actor. Visually stunning, what you would probably imagine for an A24 film. Really oversaturated, real tickled my taint kind of thing. It's one of those films that I had to read an explanation for. And normally I don't have to. I can make my own mind up about what happened. But this was so ambiguous, I think, that it was to its own detriment. However, having discovered what it was about, there is absolutely no reason why it would have resonated with me. So essentially, the plot is two young teenagers, a young lad, Justice Smith, and a girl who is trans, start bonding over this TV show. I saw, no, hang on, Pink Opaque is what it's called, which is essentially it's like a Monster of the Week type thing. It's very, very set in the 90s. It's very, very 90s, kind of like Goosebumps, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that kind of thing. They bond over this TV show. And going back to having had to have the explanation kind of spelled out to me, it's actually about living with knowing that you're trans, but not doing anything about it. So you've got the two main characters, one who is trans and one who is also trans but hasn't come out and will not come out. And it's essentially about his journey, about how he chooses to not do anything about it. But it's to me, it is not spelled out enough that that's what it is. To my dumb
you
animal,
really had to look into it.
To my dumb animal brain, but there's no reason that it would have resonated with me being not trans. So I think it's going to be one of those films where if it does resonate with you, you'll probably be absolutely bawling your eyes out. Because I think it really could be an effective telling of a story, or telling of how it feels to be too scared to come out, or how it feels having come out and going through the hardships, but you're living your true self. I really struggled with it. It just was not my cup of tea at all, unfortunately. Not to say it wouldn't be everyone's. One interesting thing, Fred Durst is in it, completely unrecognisable. I didn't even
Funny we could play.
Yeah, being very un-Durst-like. In fact, I don't think he's even got any lines, which is probably for the best, because he's not the greatest.
He's not even being like dad vibes.
No
now,
dad vibe. Although, actually, no, that's not true, because he is the dad. So yes, he was giving dad vibes. But yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea. I think, like I said, visually it's beautiful, it is stunning, and it will resonate with the right people. But for me, it was a bit of a swing and a miss, unfortunately.
Oh, it's a shame, isn't it? I think Stig were similar to you, saying like, I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Like, I keep seeing the poster to it and thinking, oh, I'm gonna slap, and then I remember that it's not what I think it is.
Yeah, the poster gives it like a Poltergeist vibe.
Yes.
Yeah, Poltergeist,
exactly.
Goosebumps, real 90s kind. And there's several shots where it goes into the 16:9, and you've got that kind of.
But it's just not that, is it? It's just not that.
No, it's not a retro film really, which would have been. I mean, it was. They did the 90s parts very well, especially like with the TV show itself. The Pink Opaque is so much like an old 90s TV show. It just it perfectly represents it. It's exactly what I remember Buffy being like. But yeah, the film itself, it wasn't for me.
No, see, it doesn't have to be. At least you gave it a good shot. You watched something new.
Yeah. Finally, I got around to doing something new last week.
Yeah. Cool. Big E.
Hello. There's a few things that I've sort of picked up here and there. Some of these date back to Christmas and stuff, but I couldn't remember if I mentioned them on the last episode or not, so I'm just going to randomly shout out a few things.
Go for it.
Chronicles of Narnia series, did I mention that at all?
Nope.
Series, as in the films?
Yeah, watched that with little one.
As in the films that came out years ago.
I wouldn't have watched them back then because it didn't really. I read the books.
I didn't know if they'd done another one. That's all I was asking.
It just didn't resonate with me now as an adult. But I watched it with little one. Very Lord of the Rings light.
They were best mates.
2-hour-long movies. They're fine for kids. I think my daughter really enjoyed it. I could see they were trying really hard to have Lord of the Rings, and it certainly had some good moments. The kids do their best considering they're not the best actors in the world.
I'm pretty sure I'm right. I think
got better
Tolkien and
at it.
C.S. Lewis were best mates.
Yeah, right.
I think
Well, I
that's why
remember-
they're very similar vibe. They used to share notes a lot. But yeah,
I remember
Narnia
reading
is
the line "The
more
Witch in the Wardrobe" at school.
Narnia is more kid orientated and more British. Even though they're both British authors, but it's quite British, isn't it?
Oh, very much so. It's all set in World War II.
World
the
War,
opening.
yeah.
For those who don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fine for kids. I don't see any issue with kids enjoying it of a certain age. It's fine. I briefly started Pathfinder Kingmaker. After finishing Baldur's Gate 3, I had a little moment where I was like, I want to play something similar. What can I play? Looked at my backlog, whacked that on. Imagine Scorched Sheep, but acted by professionals is basically what's going on with that.
Yep.
Professional.
I don't
It's
understand what that
very,
means.
very D&D, isn't it? It is like full-on following
Pathfinder
D&D
is
rules.
a different type. It's a different thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Because Gadget were threatening us that we're going to do Pathfinder.
Yeah.
It's
Back in the day.
Yeah, it's a D&D-ish. It's another tabletop
Yeah.
role-playing game. It's slightly different.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was fine. I haven't got that far into it. I just thought I'd try it, and it just made me imagine
I've got it in
what
one of my
a
libraries for
Scorched Sheep
some
game
reason.
would be like.
Oh, it keeps
Yeah,
getting given away for cheap or for free.
Yeah, I've got it in. I think I've got it on Steam.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very big, massive game. Be very wary of getting too deep into it. But I thought I'd just have a little tinker with it. But yeah, the only things I really wanted to talk about, I've been playing Helldivers 2 with best mate, M-Flem. Just started to get into that briefly. We're just playing on
I
our
thought
own,
we were
not with
best
anybody
mates.
else.
Cheers, pal.
That's been good fun. Just getting our head around how that all worked. But you guys have talked about it before, so I won't mention
Do you like
that.
it?
Yeah, I do actually. It's good fun. It's at the moment we're playing it on sort of easy and medium because we're finding our feet. I think the galactic map area is very badly explained as to how it all works. It's once
you see, I was lucky. I had a Gadget. I had a
But
Gadget
when you
on
go
my
in
side.
blind,
He told me
it
everything
really
to do.
doesn't
What to
tell you
do.
much. It really doesn't. Why are there planets there? Why can't I go to those planets? It's just kind of. It doesn't really tell you an awful lot.
You've got to go where the war is. You've got
Yeah,
orders
you've got
from
to go where
Super
the war is.
Earth. You've got to go to the right place.
I
What are
get
you,
that
some
now, but
traitorous robot?
He's a fucking communist. That's what he is.
But yeah, we've had some fun with that. There's some
Socialist
silly
bug.
moments, so.
Honestly.
But yeah, that's good fun.
I think it's a game that I've been threatening to download again and kick back in.
Yeah,
But
I've enjoyed
I
a
don't-
little romp with it at the minute. It's not
I'm
something
scared now. If I jumped into a level, has it changed that much like Destiny 2 did?
No, it's
not. It's not, has
It's
it?
hard
From
to
what I
say. It's just
understand,
like
no, there's improvements. But
just
no,
improvements and new toys to play with. So you get
That's
cars
fine,
now. There's a new alien
Oh,
race to deal with.
when I stopped playing it, the mechs had just started dropping, and I've been in a mech.
Yeah, well, there's no like cars. They're basically the Halo warthogs. You just all pile in and go on a killing spree.
Everyone dies because someone can't drive.
Yeah, exactly. As is tradition.
yeah. I might
But-
pull that back up.
what I do want to talk about is
You just said you wanted to talk about that.
no, because there isn't an awful lot to say apart from what the game is. It's some co-op
Okay.
shooter, isn't it, with your mates? It's quite a simple thing to talk about. The two things I do want to talk about briefly. This is England. I have never seen this. I don't know how this passed under my radar, but I really, really like this.
The original film?
Yes.
Uplifting watch, isn't it?
One for all the family,
Yeah. But the thing is, because
especially that
obviously,
ending.
I
Absolute
was born in
tearjerker.
74, so hitting this, I would have been
you were
about
born a
10 years
skinhead.
old when this was set, roughly here or there, in 83, I think this was set. But I had a very different 80s growing up. So
It's
a
your
lot of
middle
this doesn't
class.
resonate with me, but it was still interesting going back to that time period and seeing where this was set and the story that it told. And it's brilliantly done. It's directed by Shane Meadows. It's got Thomas Turgoose, who's fantastic as, well, in the film, he was like a 13-year-old, I think. 12-year-old boy. Stephen Graham, a fantastic turn from him. Vicky McClure, Joe Gilgan, Rosamund Hanson, Andrew Shim, to name a few. But yeah, it's really good. The story centers on young skinheads in England in 83. The film illustrates about the subculture and the roots with ska or reggae music in the background. But then it became influenced by the far right, especially white
DMP.
nationalists and white supremacists. And the poor boy that the film sort of set around in the East Midlands. It never actually says where, but it's sort of set in the East Midlands. He's bullied, antagonised, and on his last day at school, he's had enough. Ends up coming across a little gang led by Woody, who is actually a really nice bloke, welcomes the boy into the gang. But then Stephen Graham's character, Cosmo, when he turns up, he's just been released from prison and obviously has had a slightly different upbringing and influence, and starts getting them all involved in the far right. And the movie takes a massive turn. I said Cosmo, it's Combo, sorry, his name.
I prefer Cosmo.
Yeah.
It's kind of an English version of American History X, isn't it? Very much the same.
Yeah, definitely. And it's definitely worth a watch. Like Gadget says, it's not particularly uplifting, but I just thought it was a really interesting story.
It's also
and there's loads of
totally
footage.
not happening now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you could say that, yeah. But there's lots of footage from newsreels from the 80s, which just took me back a bit in time. But yeah, I thought the story was really well told, really, really good. And there
TV
are
show's for
apparently,
show now. You have to
a
watch the
spin-off
show.
TV series, which I will catch.
Yeah. They do like 3 episodes one year, 3 episodes another year, and 3 episodes. You know what I mean? There's time skips.
There's
definitely check
Up until the 90s, I think it goes up to.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Shane Meadows did Dead Man's Shoes, so I was always interested in sort of catching this because I heard it was really good, but just somehow never got around
They're
to
just.
it.
I think I've seen them all. Yeah, because I know what happens to some of the main characters by the end. It's some of them shows / films that you just can't slap on a Sunday afternoon.
No.
You've really got to be in the mood to watch that
Yeah,
shit.
absolutely. I knew what kind of film I'd be getting into, but there was just one particular night
Mate,
where I just went.
you see Stephen Graham, you know it's heavy. It's going to be heavy.
Yeah.
Unless
I
it's
love
Snatch.
him, he's
He's
great.
funny in Snatch.
He's funny in Snatch, and that. Other than that, he's just Stephen Graham. It's a British It's a British drama. This is going to be heavy. Like I've told you before, if he sits down on a chair in front of you and starts pointing his finger, you're fucked.
What was that?
Fucked.
What was that one he was in with Sean Bean in the prison? That was fucking rough, that one.
Yeah, brutal, man. Brutal. And he's the Bobby in that, isn't he? He's the screw in that.
But if you do watch This Is England and you do need an uplifting film to watch, I watched Flow.
I'm excited to hear about this.
The fucking
So this is
Flow.
a 2024 animated independent fantasy adventure. Directed by, and I forgive the pronunciation, Gintz Zil Balodis, and written by Zil Balodis and Matisse Kazar.
Yeah, nailed it.
Kazar. Thank you. The film is notable for being completely rendered on the free and open source software Blender, and it contains no dialogue. And
How's the dialogue in this then?
if you don't know anything about this, it's basically centers around a black cat, which is featured predominantly on all the posters and marketing for this. It's wandering through a forest when a pack of dogs arrive by the river to try and catch fish. When 2 of the dogs fight over said fish, the cat takes the fish and is immediately chased by the dogs. The cat loses the dogs, but ends up stumbling across a stampede of deer. And then behind the deer, the reason why they're stampeding is a tsunami. And then you basically follow the adventures of said black cat and all the different animals that it meets along its journey. And that is as much as I will say about that. But it is beautifully, beautifully animated. If you haven't seen the trailer, do check it out. The actual character models of the animals, at first when you watch it, you're thinking, oh, wow, that looks a bit off. But I think it's deliberately done like that because all the background is just incredible. The water is insanely good. I have no idea how they do this.
Very stylized versions of
Very
creatures.
stylized, but the background, the cinematography. At some point, they end up on a boat, and as it passes like through a sunset, and the stunning vistas of the mountains in the background and stuff. Oh, it's glorious and it's beautiful. But what is really impressive about this is they've clearly studied the animals, like obviously the cat and the other dogs and so forth. They've watched how they move and animate in life. So obviously, if you're a cat lover, you're going to fall in love with this black cat straight away because it acts like a cat. It doesn't do anything else. There's no sort of human tropes of its personality. It's literally just being a cat, and it's fascinated by what's around it. It's clearly a young cat as well. It's not a kitten, but it's a young cat. But all the animals are brilliantly animated. It's amazing, and it's so uplifting. It's quite sad at times. You could probably take different things out of the movie that would affect people in different ways as the story is told from different viewpoints. It's just brilliant. It's really, really, really good. There is no real plot as such. You're just following these animals on their little journey. And it's amazing. It's so, so good. The music, there's apparently 7 hours of music was composed for this. And then he used 50 of it for the movie. But it's brilliant. Score in the background really obviously helps the emotion of what's happening. But it's stunning. Really, really, really good.
I have to ask,
I think
how much peril does the cat get into? How traumatizing is it?
No, it's
Okay,
not.
good.
There's nothing like that.
Okay, we're good.
There is peril, but you'll be all right.
Okay.
My
It's safe
daughter
to
watched
watch
it with
then.
us as well. So my daughter watched it, so she was fine. She loved it as well. But
Blender's a really, really impressive bit of software. Like a lot of the industry standard is now going over to Blender now, and yeah, it's open source. It's free software. You can contribute to it, which I did because I started to learn it. I chucked them £20. It's worth thousands. It's a really incredible tool.
It's also easier to use.
It's obviously
than Meyer.
won
Yeah.
and been nominated for lots of awards, and it certainly deserves it. And the
Candy's decided
animators
now she's going to fully animate this episode of the podcast.
But yeah, they obviously know what they're doing.
Cat's so
because-
fucking cute.
Yeah, and it's brilliant. The cat is fantastic. The personality they put in the cat. But as I say, it's just the personality of a cat.
Yes.
There's a few moments where...
Seriously, Candy, get your eyes around this.
Yeah, I know.
Some humorous
I was
little
afraid to
moments
watch
and
it.
stuff.
I didn't know how much peril there was involved because I can't with cats.
No,
I don't care about
there's
humans.
There's moments of you going like that, but yeah, it's fine. But yeah, I think it's
Cool.
great. I think anyone should watch it. It's suitable for any age, by the way.
About 200 years old.
Oh, look at it.
I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was really, really, really good.
Cool. Let's move on to Gadget. Finally.
Finally. How dare you? No, I'm last. So I've got a few things. I'll fucking pad this episode out. I've put some effort in this week. My God.
Don't pad it out too much. Let's have a quick one. We can do this. We can do this.
Can have a wank
Go to
before bed.
Yeah, boy.
But first of all, just update from last week. Game's done quick. Finished with $2.5 million raised for Prevent Cancer
Well
Foundation. Highlights to
I
watch.
bet you give him $500,000 yourself.
I spent 30 quid on a t-shirt. I'm a bit skint this month.
That's quite standard for them, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, they seem
hitting that
to
sort
be kind of
target.
topping
They
out
must
now.
have raised quite a bit.
It's something like 56 million over like the 10 years it's been on.
That's phenomenal.
Wow.
It's just like a
That's
ridiculous amount of money for something that started with some guys in their house on Twitch. You know?
It's really good.
Um,
You've got
More
to,
than most
yeah.
charities.
Sorry.
It is.
I said it's more than most sort of certain charities
Yeah.
that try and hit that sort of target, you know?
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
really good. A couple of the highlights to watch were the kind of the ones I highlighted last week. So the Lies of P run is really good. The guy did a run of Dick Tracy off the NES.
Fucking hell.
But he did it dressed as Dick Tracy, and it's just like the chat between them is really funny because
I remember liking that game. I bet it's not good, though.
it doesn't look good, but it's a NES game, you know.
No.
So it's like it was doing
I
what the
remember
hell.
liking it.
But they're all talking like that, see? And as they're going
Okay,
through,
Moke.
I should do a games done slow and bring back up my Final Fantasy VII and dress as Karen Clown.
Oh, yeah.
23 years in the making.
the funniest one of the whole event was the Elden Ring boss showcase with the digital saxophone by Dr. Doom.
I saw some of that. Saw some of
And
that.
just
Brilliant name.
simply because like obviously he can't talk because he's playing the saxophone thing, so he got the couch behind him like trying to describe what's
Yeah,
going
his
on.
commentators can't fucking talk. They're laughing
They're
their head
laughing
off.
so much because he's like stood there. I think the one I said was for Fire Giant, and he's like setting up for that, and he's like doing all his buffs and all that, and they're talking. They're going, "Oh, the Fire Giant is like this. You go to this," and you just hear.
No, it's just funny, like because he's doing the Rivers of Blood where he's killing himself to get
Yeah.
more buffs, like, and he's going, and he's like the character's slashing himself,
He's like,
and then he goes in and just like fucking two shots the fucking
Fire
giant,
giant, yeah.
the fucking fire giant. I'm like, are you fucking mad?
he's also doing it hitless as well. He does hitless Melania.
Yeah, he's not getting hit. Because if he gets hit, he can only get hit once because he's doing the Rivers of Blood run, which means the lower your health, the more damage you do.
Yeah.
And he's just fucking... But he's on a saxophone.
I know, that's what's funny about it. The other Elden Ring one, the Knockout Bingo, that was really good. So with that one, they have a grid of like 25 things they have to achieve in the DLC, and like as each one gets it, it locks you out of getting that one. So like some of them one of them was like kill the final boss, but others were like clear out 2 jails, get this weapon, deal with this NPC, that kind of thing. And they don't know what they're getting before they go into it. So like they get like 2 minutes at the beginning to like work out a route in their head, and then they have to do it, and they do it in an hour and a half, and it's so close. It's fucking brilliant. So yeah, look, all the VODs will be on YouTube by now. So yeah, go and watch them. They're great. And then there was the last one, which is a Super Metroid race between 2 of like the best Super Metroid runners, and it's just fantastic. It's really good vibes. But things I've been doing this week. So the first one, very quickly, I started playing Resident Evil 4, the remake, again.
It's good, isn't it?
Well, you see, I fell off it on the PlayStation. I got to like basically the end of the village section, and I was just like, I wasn't vibing with it at the time. But then I've kind of decided I wanted like not the current video I'm making, the next one I want to do one about horror remakes. So I thought I'll give it a try. It's in my Steam library. I'll play it again. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because I'm playing on PC with keyboard and mouse. Fucking loving it. It's so good.
It's easier to aim with a mouse.
Yeah, but it's harder to control with the keyboard.
Yeah.
100%.
Leon moves like a fucking tank because he's jacked as fuck in this one.
I've got it on my Mac. It came with my Mac.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4 remake. It's one of the showcase games that came with it.
You can play it on a controller, right? So how come you don't play it on a controller on the PC?
I just wanted to play with keyboard and mouse.
The keyboard
means fannying about.
Well, no, I could play it with the controller, but I've been playing with a controller so much for like Indiana Jones and that, so I just kind of wanted to play.
Yeah, I get it. Plus,
it's more of a shooter.
I could plug my Dual Sense into my Mac, but I don't. I just use a mouse and the keyboard when I'm playing games.
No, I don't PC game really, so it's
I do, but I can't
game.
play with it. I just cannot get the hang of a mouse and and keyboard. Give me a controller. It feels more realistic as well when you're shooting. It feels more of a trigger, doesn't it, Paul?
Well, it vibrates.
Yeah,
that helps.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot more on PC. That fucking RE engine is just god tier on PC. Like,
good, isn't it?
It's good on PS5, but Jesus Christ, it's so much better on PC. It's incredible.
It's so well optimized for even smartphones and stuff.
Yeah.
It can be downgraded and upgraded as much as it wants to. It's fucking such an optimized engine. That's why Monster Hunters they're not running like shit anymore.
Yeah. What I will say is I've now got into chapter 8, so I'm in the castle, just been separated from Ashley. I do not remember any of the game at this point, so it's been that long since I've played the original version of Resident Evil 4. I've kind of forgotten all the big beats now.
This is also because I've obviously played both a lot. This is also where it diverges quite a lot from the original game.
Right. Okay.
It adds its own things and it does things in different orders.
Yeah.
To kind of throw you off.
So
it'll feel very new to you.
I remember the Halo Valve room thing where like you've got to protect Ashley as she's like turning the gates for you.
Yes,
I remember that
the notorious water temple thing.
Yeah, the water temple. I remembered that because that was traumatic the first time around. It was traumatic this time round.
Just as bad in this. Yeah, they kept that in. But it kind of changes a lot.
What I am preferring on this remade version compared to the original is it's less of a Leon. Like Ashley seems less useless in this version, and I appreciate it
because she's got no health on this.
No, but she seems less useless. She's not getting caught as much, and when she screams for help, it's not like piercing through your skull.
In this, what they changed, instead of having health, they changed it to states.
Yeah.
She's got 2 states. Incapacitated, which means she can be picked up really easily.
Yeah.
Or just not incapacitated.
I much prefer.
It makes it a lot easier. I much
prefer this version. Anyway, so
yes,
that's Resident Evil 4. I'm going to carry on with that one, and then I'm going to play through Dead Space, and then probably going to pick up Silent Hill 2 and try that through when I can get a cheap code for it.
Fucking
let me know when you get it, because I've got it. Father for Christmas bought me Silent Hill 2.
Ah.
Have you played any of it?
Not yet, no. I'm trying to finish Indie.
Oh,
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
very good.
We started watching yesterday on Apple TV Shrinking, which is it's another Bill Lawrence comedy drama from the maker of Scrubs and Ted Lasso. This is the one starring Jason Segel as a therapist who's dealing with the grief after his wife's death, and he begins to think fuck it and starts doing really unethical things with his patients by telling them to like just sort their fucking shit out rather than like listening to their problems. There's one lass he's dealing with who's constantly in a situation where basically her boyfriend's kind of emotionally abusing her. And he's been giving her therapy for like 2 and a bit years, and he's sick of it, and he just like snaps one day. He says, "Just fucking leave him. Just go. It's easy." And then she kind of walks out, and then about a day later, he gets a text saying, "I've left him. I've gone to my sister's," and he's like, "Fuck yes," and like starts feeling better about things. And it's actually really funny. It's also got Harrison Ford in it as his very grumpy old man boss who doesn't give a shit. He's Harrison Ford, just Harrison Fording as best he can. You get the feeling that he sits and has a couple of joints in his trailer, they wheel him out onto set, and then Jason Segel has to react around him.
I'm sure.
It's really funny. It is such a Bill Lawrence show though, because it does that whole thing where it's got like lots of kind of current day music that goes in, big feels, but then stupid laughs. There's some silly characters like Ted McGinley plays the neighbour's husband, and he just doesn't give a fuck. He's just in and out of the... He comes on for a scene, says something funny, then walks off. But it's really funny. It's really sweet. I don't think it's quite as good as Ted Lasso, but it's good. It's enjoyable. It's very enjoyable.
It was fine. It passed the time, I thought. I thought it trailed off a little bit towards the end. It became a little bit samey. I'm not going to watch the second season, I don't think, but it was fine.
We're about halfway through the first season. I like seeing Krista Miller and things as well. She's really good. And Jessica Williams as Gabby, she's really funny. But because, of course, it's an Apple TV Plus thing, there's so much Apple product placement.
Yeah.
They've all got iPhones, haven't they?
They've all got iPhones. There's random Macs just everywhere in people's houses.
How are you all affording this?
I mean, the LA shrinks. Of course they're affording all of this. They make a lot of money on very rich people. But I'm enjoying it. I think it's very fun. For what it is. I'm waiting for when the Scrubs cast start making their walk-on parts, because he does tend to do that. But the main thing I want to talk about is I've been listening to an audiobook this week, because I'm a weirdo and I've got multiple books on the go at the minute. So the audiobook I've been listening to is by one of my favourite kind of snarky comedy authors called Scott Meyer. And it's called That's Not Right. So this one follows the story of Amber, who's a young videographer, and she's landed her dream job. She's to produce a web series based on the late night talk radio show dealing with the unexplained. So
that's ticking my boxes.
Yeah, so she is a huge fan of the host Jack Owens and his show, and she wants to make his show into a thing for more people to get. Because when she meets him at the beginning of the book, it's just a late night show. People call in. He listens to these cranks talk about weird shit that they've seen, aliens and the CIA and FBI hiding things and that. And he indulges these people's conspiracy beliefs. He doesn't believe a word of it, much to Amber's annoyance, because she's a fan. And she wouldn't expect that he wouldn't believe any of this, but he's just using it as a paycheck. And he doesn't think it's going to work, because he knows the things that these people talk about aren't real. So they go out in the field, and it's like it has a continuous narrative throughout, but it's effectively like an anthology of like 4 or 5 different investigations that they go on for these different web shows. So like things like the Eel Man of Florida. One of my favorite ones, which is the Small Cano, which is a 5-foot-tall volcano in a cornfield in Iowa. But it has, because it is kind of snarky and kind of funny and take the pissy. There's one point, it's my favorite guy. I'm going to actually probably put this out on TikTok as a way of actually putting out a new conspiracy theory, because it's fucking brilliant. It's one of the best things I've ever listened to. So Jack and Amber go and talk to someone who's like a proper wild out there conspiracy theorist kind of thing. She's got wild ideas that'll blow your mind, man, kind of person. And her idea is that conspiracy theories are put out there in the public to become a big lie that no one believes to hide the small truth that people shouldn't listen to.
I've seen that conspiracy go about, yeah.
But her example in the book is that it goes on about the whole idea of the moon landing being fake, and Stanley Kubrick did it on a soundstage. And Jack's like, yes, we've all heard this one many times. And she says, well, the moon landing was real. The government wouldn't fake that. The moon landing is, but they put this conspiracy theory out there as fake. What they're hiding is that Stanley Kubrick wasn't real. And that all of Stanley Kubrick was an actor hired by the US government, and every one of his movies was a form of population control or behavioral control for the world. So goes on with
like MK Ultra.
Goes on with like The Shining. The Shining is a prime example of how miserable life would be without TV and radio, and or having sobriety. Full Metal Jacket was showing how great it is to be in the army and how you could become an effective killing machine.
What a clever idea.
Yeah. And then, of course, Jack Natras, well, what was Eyes Wide Shut about? He says, well, Bill Clinton was the president then. He just wanted to see Nicole Kidman naked. And it's so clever and funny with the way that it plays with the what we perceived concepts of conspiracy theories and kind of cryptids and monsters and stuff like that, because everything ultimately just has a human story underneath it, all this weird shit that people see, especially in Florida. Mm-hmm. It's a really funny, but it's like an 8-hour listen on Audible.
8 hours and 22 minutes.
Yes.
I know this because I just downloaded it.
The voice actor reading it, Luke, can't remember his name.
Harry.
No,
he's dead.
Stand by.
I literally have Audible right here.
No, I don't know. It's not immediately in front of me, so I don't know.
Luke Daniels, who does a lot of Scott Meyer's books. He's a very good voice actor. He's got a lot of different voices, and he puts a lot of acting and emotion into them. So, like, Jack is supposed to be like a guy in his mid-50s, and he acts out kind of annoyed noises that he makes and stuff like that. So it's really, really fucking funny. But it's got some interesting stories to it. So, but yeah, that fucking conspiracy theory that Stanley Kubrick isn't real, Jesus Christ, that caught me off guard. I was walking the dog in a fucking park in the dark, and I burst out laughing as loud as I could. It caught me by surprise, that, because I've been chuckling to myself throughout that chapter. And you get to that, and it just hits you. And then you get to the end of the description, and I was like, that actually fucking makes sense. See, I'm going to start putting that on TikTok.
That's how they get you, pal.
I'm going to start putting that out on TikTok as a real thing. But it's his latest book as well. It only came out a few weeks ago. End of November last year. So, yeah, a really good book. And I'd really recommend Scott Meyer's oeuvre as well. He does a lot of... He doesn't do, like, series of books. He just does, like, individual, interesting concept books. He was the one that wrote that Master of Formalities that I read last year. So, yeah, get into his shit, because it's really good. The book's called That's Not Right.
Awesome. Speaking of people that are not right, have we got any listener feedback?
We do. We have a few.
Maybe up to.
Zenos, he's not right. He's half left.
No.
He starts with right. Sorry about last week. Now I've got more time to prepare. I've started Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, and Path of Exile 2 recently. Shadow of the Erd Tree is being done in seamless co-op like we did the main campaign, and I've gone in about level 150. Alas, my friend's legendary character, Elden John, has been lost to time because he changed computers between the main game and now. Currently just past Rillana, whose swords I have immediately equipped with a view to go into a more Spellblade build. Now, get the the backhanded blades. They were my favourite in Shadow. You like the Milady, didn't you?
Milady is the best sword in that game. Period.
Oh, there's the Great Katana, which is a Katana Greatsword, which is very fun.
Yeah.
Because you can do
fast.
Because you can do bleed and stagger at the same time. It's incredible.
Use the Milady.
But he goes on to say, very nice swords, glad to have them. As much as I like my Moonlight Greatsword, which is a great sword, it's a little bit slow to swing for me.
Yeah, it's got no
no utility in the DLC.
No, it should not be there in the DLC at all.
It has an arguable utility in the main game. I used it for about half the main game, but I had to dump it in kind of around Farah Mazila. It was too slow.
Like, when things can outpace your sword, don't bother. You'll be surprised in that game. A level 25 straight sword can overpower a level 15 fucking greatsword. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And remember your boss weapons, they only level up to 10, don't they? So you can outrank stuff.
No, they do 15, don't they? The boss weapons.
Maybe it's 15.
It's 15 for the remembrance weapons in Erdtree.
Yeah, and it's 25 for norm standard weapons, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then they can outclass you.
Yes.
They can outclass.
Path of Exile 2 is an action role-playing game. Think of Diablo Last Epoch. And oh boy, it's hard. I'll admit my character...
The fuck's Last Epoch?
A game like Diablo and like Path of Exile.
Oh yeah.
I'll admit my character a sorceress because for some reason she has the two magic classes right now. The two magic classes right now are female and all classes are gender locked. She's something of a glass cannon. I've died so many times it's ridiculous. I am enjoying it, but I'm starting to understand why a lot of people completely ignore defenses and just go full glass cannon. The best way to survive is to kill everything before it can attack. That's also how Elden Ring works as well.
It's how life works, really.
It's certainly how your commute to work works.
Yeah. Kill just immediately.
And Helldivers.
No hesitation in life.
Okay, next up, notable Harold Shipman cosplayer Bobby Wayne has said, "Salut, sweethearts. This week I start watching The 8 Show on Netflix, a Korean series about a group of 8 people who are recruited to take part in a game show. Each player selects a number from 1 to 8 and is assigned a room based on that number. The higher the number, the higher the floor, and the better the room. The catch? Every minute they earn money, but anything they buy whilst in the game costs a large amount and cannot be taken from their room. Food and drink is free, but only provided to the top floor and can only be distributed to the lower floors by a dumbwaiter-style elevator, which only goes down, by the way." Didn't you watch a film like this, Candy?
The platform.
Yeah. There is a time limit on the game which can only be increased in certain ways, which you learn as the show goes on. The show quickly establishes a power disparity between the upper floors who earn more per minute and the lower floors who earn less and have to either accept what is sent to them from above or pass it down to the floors below. This is that film you watched.
Pretty much.
It's an unoriginal classism story already done by things like Snowpiercer, some Black Mirror episodes, Silo, etc., but the concept of the show itself is enjoyable, if not predictable in places. I imagine Gadget can suss the overall plotline easily enough. I think so. I would recommend this if you're into Korean shows or caricature-type characters. Speaking of Silo, I've been watching this after hearing Gadget mention it on the pod. What an interesting show this is! That's how he's written it. I've had a few predictions that have been thrown off, and the plot twists so far have been genuinely interesting to see develop. For those who don't know about the show, the Silo is an underground shelter for thousands of humans, where the surface has been made toxic by some long-forgotten event. Humans have lived there for so long that even their past in the Silo is too far back for people to remember. An event called the Rebellion 140 years ago led to the destruction of all records of the past. Of course, all is not as it seems, and the discovery of relics leads to revelations about the people in charge, the outside world, and even the founders of the Silo itself. So far, it's been a 10 out of 10 show for me. I'm currently partway through Season 2 and it only seems to be getting better, although I'm hoping to start getting some answers to some questions soon. I am surprised about the lack of marketing for this, though. Seems to be an issue for Apple TV. Much love, Bobby. It is an issue for Apple TV, because I was texting Candy about the other day. We hit episode 9. There's one more episode of the season. I needed to binge it all in one go. I was not happy about ending at episode 9 and having to wait a week. It's really good, Season 2.
Yeah, I need to get back on it. I think I struggled because I was watching it when I had the flu, so I started off enjoying it more, and then I kind of lost track of it. So I need to go back and watch it. I love the Silo series. I love those books so much. I love the second book. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah, I think with the pacing of it, the way it's going, I don't think they're going to do the second book. I think they're going to merge 1 and 3.
That does not surprise me because, as we said before, there's an element of the second book that would be very difficult to show on TV.
I think you'd have to do it as a spin-off, wouldn't you? You do like a 5th season spin-off or something, or just kind of intersperse it. But yeah, it's really good, and the changes they've made from the book are starting to make more sense now. Like there's a couple of characters I didn't really like that they've added, but some of the changes that they've made, the diversions, have made sense for TV. Plus, it's Rebecca Ferguson. You can't go wrong.
You cannot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, handsome woman.
Lots of her falling in water this season. Last up, Breakfast Boy Angry Curtis said, "Hi, ME crew.
Breakfast Boy.
After finishing Astrobot last week, I continued where I left off with Indiana Jones. I'd got it to Giza before I stopped playing to play Astro, and the game continues to be great. I'll be honest, I don't think the side stories are always that interesting to do, and the boss battles are a bit rubbish, but everything else about the game is great, and I really love how it's ramped up the pace post-Giza with some great set pieces which look fantastic. It's 5 out of 7 game. It's fucking brilliant.
That's where I'm at the moment. I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to leave Giza. I'm ready for the third section.
Oh, you get a couple of intervening sections after Giza.
Oh.
Yeah, you get a couple of amuse-bouche sections.
Oh, that's what we like.
Yes. Plenty of places to kick Nazis off things.
Perfect.
I also watched a French-Canadian horror film called Red Rooms for a film club I'm in. It tells the story of the trial of a man who's committed some horrific murders of 3 young girls, so it's an uplifting one. It's a really interesting horror film and an effective one, as at no point do you see what this man did to them. Everything is left to your imagination. It left me really unnerved to the point that I struggled to sleep that night. Really worth checking out. I don't think those 2 sentences go with each other.
I don't think I will.
Why do you want to be so unnerved you can't sleep?
I don't think I will. Not until I'm better. I'm not watching anything like that until I'm better.
It sounds interesting, but also no.
It does, but I can't watch anything nasty at the moment while I'm still in the thralls of this
What are you talking about? You're watching Terrifier.
I didn't
Don't
mean
get
to.
much worse
I was
than
fucking
that.
plague-ridden. All right. I had the Black Death.
Are you sure you actually watched it? It wasn't just like you were seeing it on the screen and just making up what happened.
Seen all those memes on TikTok.
No idea. No idea. Fuck knows. Lots happened.
Yeah, that's
everyone?
That's our feedback.
As always, links to all our extracurricular activities are in our show notes. And you'll find us in our Discord. You'll find us at Bluesky. I can never remember the Bluesky. Bloody, what is it? At bluesky.social BS fucking 5 PO box. Fucking.
Modern.escapism.bskysocial.
It's so bollocks, isn't it? If you just go to Blue Sky, right, and type in Modern Escapism, you'll find us.
I mean, I think we can pay to have it like modernescapism.com on there.
Nah.
Yeah, we're fucking not, though.
No.
Absolutely not.
We can get verified.
No, just search for us. You'll find us.
Just search for us. Just search for us.
You know
You'll
our
find
logo.
us. Join us Discord and stuff like that. Yeah. But I don't know. Review the show.
Yeah, that would be
Review
nice.
it. We had a review this year. The first review this year gets to pick the ending song for the patrons.
Ooh.
I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Some producer credit. There you go. But speaking of which, please become a patron, because you do get loads of access to loads of beautiful, brilliant, amazing, behind closed doors stuff that we all love. Some of our best work, and I don't care if I say it, is behind a paywall.
It really is.
Genuinely. And the fact of the matter that you don't just get Modern Escapism stuff, you get Scotch Sheep stuff as well.
You do?
Which
like,
I have
fuck
nearly
it.
finished re-listening to. It's bloody
Yeah, so-
good, we are.
Pay us more and we'll be able to make more content for Biggie to listen to after he's already been in it.
Well, he doesn't remember what he's been out at.
Exactly. So
Yeah, that cowboy,
always-
what a character! He's brilliant.
I know, fuck that.
So, Biggie, after you've done your re-listen, do you understand how your character sheet works yet?
Do you understand how to play the game?
No.
Yeah, same. Me neither.
Do you know what? It was really funny, actually. This is an absolute hands-on moment. I was listening to your podcast that you did with Nacho,
Yeah.
man. And it was really interesting you brought up my character sheet, because when we first started, I was a complete newbie to
Still are.
D&D. Shut up. And when I create my character, I had no idea about how, when I set it up to build the character, that I didn't know if I could change what I'd been set up with. So whatever stats he started with was basically what I just went with. I was like, create a monk, hit the whatever it was to create it, and just moved.
Auto-create.
I didn't realise I could change that, because then it was, you guys were like, why is this dexterity so low? And I was
Mate,
like,
it took me
that's
3 hours to
how
make
I
my character.
started.
It took me 3
It
hours.
was a 2-minute
It took
operation for me.
It's taken me nearly. It took me nearly 2 weeks to make my new character that we haven't unveiled yet.
Yeah.
I've put a lot of time into this.
So that is why
auto build.
not only was my monk a shit monk, but it actually probably provided some content, because he was
he was-
set up wrong.
Oh, he was great value, don't get me wrong.
Do you know what
Speaking
you're
of
going to go
value.
with your next? with your next character?
Almost.
Save it
exciting.
behind the paywall.
You need to get some
Save
descriptions going. Candy's got some drawing to do.
Yeah, man.
The busy lass.
I was one of the first probably to send it through to the actual
Right.
idea of my character.
Stop chatting. This is what you get behind the paywall, dickheads. Fucking hell, talking about D&D and they don't shut up. Right, speaking of gobshites, it's time for Candyland.
Brilliant.
And now, what's up in Candyland?
Do you think Stig is going to show up at this point?
No.
Probably
No.
not. Okay,
I think he's probably
okay.
given up for the evening.
I think so too. Could have said really. Bit rude. Whatever. Anyway,
rude.
Candyland. Why is our skin not transparent yet? Because it would be so much easier. Like it would take the pain out of. Well, not pain. Take the faff out of getting an X-ray, wouldn't it? You'd be able
It's
to
getting a
see
bit
what's
Mein
going on.
Kampf, this, isn't it?
You'd be able to see what's going on. If you're a smoker, you say, "Oh, my lungs are getting a bit bad. I should probably stop smoking for a bit." Or my liver's starting to going a bit yellow. Maybe should stop drinking.
Are you eradicating people of colour with this?
No, just see through skin. Like it would still
Everyone's
be
see-through.
it would still be the same race, but
All right, Michael
You're not
Jackson.
too far off though, because your body does give you indications that it's ill because certain things start going wrong and you look wrong.
I
He does.
feel like that you would be able to detect something much sooner if you could see through your
Do
skin.
you mean like on the scale of like Steven Spielberg's seminal classic E.T., where E.T. starts going see-through and you can see his heart not working?
No,
and stuff?
more like the 1998 classic X-Files film where the alien is a little bit
Yes.
see-through. Like, you can definitely
Yes.
see through it.
Yeah, like I can see through.
Gelatinous.
Yeah. So you think everyone should be see-through and beauty should be more than skin deep?
Well, no, you still have a face and everything.
A see-through
A
face?
see-through-
What's
yeah,
point?
but, I mean, your shit's still going to be on, like, you'd be used to it. You'd
Would look
that's
really
that's an
weird if-
attractive see-through person. Oh, look at that person's brain.
It would look really weird. You can't see your brain though. It's in
No,
your skull.
the skeleton would be there. Oh, what a
yeah, you can't see a lot of stuff because of the skeleton.
what a lovely skeleton! What a lovely skull that man has.
I've
Oh,
just,
look
I,
at-
I've just now got
It's
this
hard.
image candy of like your face see through, but you've still got like your eyeliner and your orange eyeshadow.
well, you
on.
could,
Yeah.
I mean, you could do because you'd still have eyebrows, you'd still have eyelashes, but it's just your skin that's
Yeah,
see-through.
I get what you mean for practical reasons, like for medical reasons, it'd be brilliant. But like, if the skin was see-through, it can't be the same material we've got.
Would
It can't.
would it not be better instead to maybe have like a handheld X-ray thing that you can just kind of point at someone, click it, and you get an instant view inside of them, rather than the whole rigmarole of going and getting irradiated and.
Yeah, not being radiated, that's the big one.
Oh, I see. I thought you were talking about like when they actually did irradiate, in which case it could be weaponized. No, I mean other
No,
animals,
no.
like those deep sea animals, they're all see-through.
Yes, do you know why? Because the sun doesn't hit them ever.
What doesn't it hit us either? Look, we're wearing clothes.
No. It does, though. It bounces off the surfaces and hits us.
We could just wear more clothes.
They're see-through because there's no
Yeah, but,
sun.
I mean, you can't
in
get-
them.
Everyone's
can't
walking
get
around like
sunburn.
Joey from that episode in Friends where he's got about 8 layers of Chandler's clothes on him.
You can't get sunburnt through a window, though, can you?
I think everyone's walking around like fucking Zoidberg when he takes his shell off.
You can get sunburn through some windows. Most windows now have a kind of a UV filter on them,
Yeah, UV
so.
filter
The
on
skin
them.
would have to have a UV filter.
which is the
it's
pigment
what
of
we
our
naturally
skin.
have melanin.
A different UV filter, a see-through one.
We've adapted to that. That's why like darker skinned people are way better than us in the sun
There's more
because of the
melanin.
melanin's better. It's just
Well,
better.
that just wouldn't be no see-through.
Yeah, we'd all die of cancer.
No, because
Skin
you
cancer.
detect it sooner.
So we're all getting cut
we'd-
open a lot more.
We get a cut open.
Yeah, because I mean, get rid of it quick.
I get what you're saying. Practical reasons. It'd be fun if we all look like Casper. However, there's
I'm
a
not
lot of
far off that.
like this is like talking to what's his name, Carl Pilkington. Evolution isn't a choice; it's done it naturally. It's happened naturally. We've evolved naturally
So
to
they're
be like
not
we are.
ruling out the fact that it might happen.
How can I in millions of years? How can I rule it out?
Exactly, you can't.
But
Look at that fucking smug look on her face. Jesus fucking Christ.
it'd be stupid. Don't get me wrong, nature's not always correct. That's the difference.
Case in point, Slayer.
Yeah, case in point. A mole on the ground, no eyes. What's the point?
Yeah. Well, you'd be
watch
still
Tyler.
through. Yeah, it's still hairy.
Can't see fuck all. Yeah, that's true.
That would be weird.
Fuck.
Twisting my melanin, man.
Some melanin. And I think we'll end it there. Something to muse on. If you're not a patron, this is the end of the line for you, you see-through fucking bag of bones. And we'll see the patrons.
I don't know where she
in a
pulls
second.
these out from. Man.
Her ass.
Yeah, mostly. And
mainly
fever
her
dreams.
Yeah. See you later.
Bye.
Right. Your intros are getting weirder.
Good.